Hey, it's Maddie Mills.
And I'm Lauren, and this is
The Weekend Roundup.
Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome back to the Weekend Roundup. We are so glad to see you back here again. If you are joining us on YouTube, you will realize that there is no video for this intro. Basically, Maddie, we were supposed to record pretty last minute. Right now, I'm recording on this Saturday before this comes out, so I'm going to edit it and upload it as soon as we're done. But we're going to record pretty last minute this week, and then something came up for Maddie and she wasn't able to record. So we are going to be releasing the last little bit of those pre-recorded questions from Let's Talk About Your Ex in the last episode. But I can't do this shit by myself. I know that we all know that I love to hear my own voice, but I would feel a little bit too much like a narcissist talking to myself for this episode. So I am joined back with producer Breanna, who unfortunately has joined us again.
Hello, everybody. I'm back. I've been gone.
And it's been a disaster.
Here's the thing. You guys missed me, but I don't think you realized that you missed me. I'll have to explain why you did. Lauren, do you have anything to say about the 3 weeks that I was gone?
I have a lot to say about the last 3 weeks, and you have a lot to say, but you weren't here, bitch.
Yeah, I'm okay. I was gone for approximately 3 weeks. I was gone for 3 Sundays. And during that time, I just want to say, Lauren and Maddie, they do a great job on the podcast. Love them to death. They work so hard. But during those 3 weeks, a lot of shit went down. The first Sunday I was gone, I just want to say they did not upload an episode. There's no episode got up that week. That's okay. That happens. The second Sunday, they do the Valentine's Day episode. We get up a great episode, great content. I go on YouTube to watch it. It is 3 total pixels. It is the worst video quality I have ever seen in my life. It is unusable for social media, TikTok, anything. It was so bad.
It was really bad. We couldn't make anything out of that.
Week 3, the third Sunday I was gone. Once again, fantastic episode. Great conversation. Great topic. You guys talked about some exes.
Tim.
Tim.
We finally put the Tim saga to bed.
Yeah, great conversation, great topics. It was super long. They forgot to turn on their microphones.
So it's just camera audio.
The audio is horrendous. I was listening to it in my car. It is so echoey.
Yeah.
God bless you guys. Love you. You try so hard. Mm-hmm. So week 1, no episode. Week 2,
bad quality.
Really bad video quality. Week 3, great episode, doesn't turn on the microphone.
Yeah. We talked about this in last week's episode, if you could even hear it over the turned off microphone. The transition from studio to doing it on our own, it's been a process. And I would also just like to follow up and say that Breanna doesn't do, I know she's our producer, but she doesn't do any of the editing or the tech stuff. She's just the moral support, because I have such a short fuse with this shit. It gets so fed up that she just kind of everyone. Maddie's been editing actually the first half of the season, and then we kind of have been having tech issues, obviously, but we're figuring it out.
I'm literally there to watch the cameras and then make sure the mics are on.
Yeah.
And when there isn't someone there, it just doesn't.
It doesn't happen because nobody else has that attention to detail that you have.
Now I'm back. I'm here to watch the cameras
for now
and the mic. And I'm just bringing the audience back the consistency they've been missing.
Yeah,
in
and
their
the level of professionalism that we so require. Somebody actually submitted in the Google forum last night. They were like, why don't one of you take one for the team and fall in love with a Dow science guy to edit the podcast? And Breanna, we both laughed at it. And Breanna was like, Maddie could totally do that. And I was like, I love how you don't even consider me, because I wouldn't.
She wouldn't put up with it.
I wouldn't put up with that shit.
That's so the antithesis of Lauren's type.
Yeah.
She just couldn't possibly Maddie. I can see that for Maddie for sure.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, so we are going to be putting out some questions, which does have video. If you're someone who's not into the no visual aspect, that is what will be going on later on in the episode. But now that I have a producer Breanna on the podcast, which is a rarity, something that I hope will happen more going forward, is I finally...
Can I also say my producer Breanna thought?
Yeah.
While I'm away, I love to listen to the episodes they record while I'm not there.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lauren...
It doesn't sound like it.
Lauren will talk relentless amounts of shit about me. She talks have you guys heard this? She's like, I'm listening and I'm not there. And she's like, oh, Breanna wants me to film a TikTok. Like, Breanna wants me to make edits on the podcast. Like, oh, Breanna keeps texting me about the podcast. She says this on the podcast as if I'm not going to listen.
Okay, so Brie left for 3 weeks, and we had to have other people come in, and we would just call them by their names, like Producer Nicole, Producer Gabby, and me and Maddie had like our own inside joke going on where we thought it would be so funny to act like we had beef with Breanna, but we didn't tell Breanna that we were doing this. So we
like, I'm gone, and they just never address it.
And so we were like, let's just get on the show and talk shit about Breanna and see if people think that there's any beef. Nothing ended up happening, and Breanna just got annoyed.
Like, I was listening in my car, and then Laura was just like, oh, Breanna keeps texting me to make TikToks.
I hate this bitch. But now that I have Breanna here, I finally have somebody to bounce my pop culture thoughts off of, because Maddie's definitely tuned into the pop culture on a level that like a normal person is, where they just kind of like consume the headlines, where the two of us are like...
It's absurd. Like, Maddie will talk normal pop culture, but like not like we will. So when she's not here, that's our chance to like dive in.
Really dive into this shit. So, and I know you're probably so sick and tired of hearing about this, but we're going to talk about two celebrity couples. We're in our pop pod era right now. I'll be Anna, you be Becca. And Hailey and Justin and Selena. This whole... You said this makes you sad.
It makes me so sad. It's sad.
Why?
I just feel bad. First of all, I'm team Selena.
Yeah.
Is that
I am
how
too.
you feel?
Yeah.
Okay. Automatically, because of like the body shaming aspects, I don't care what the history is. Immediately with that, I'm on her side because of that. Because that's so mean girl. It's so childish. But like, I saw this clip of, and this is why it makes me sad. I saw this clip of Selena Gomez. Basically, she was talking about those paparazzi photos that came out of her. And then these are
So this is kind of how it started, right?
Yeah.
Can I give a quick background on that?
Explain
So
it.
basically, I mean, if you've been on TikTok, you've seen that there's been like years of history between Selena and Hailey. And I won't get into that because I would love to. I genuinely could do like a 4-part series with you about it and just dive into every aspect of it. But basically how this started is, I mean... Back a couple months ago, Selena put out her documentary. Hailey, obviously...
The documentary's so good, by the way. If you haven't seen it, it's so good. Us and all our roommates watched it together.
Yeah. That came out, and I guess Hailey got a little nervous, tried to get ahead of it, went on Call Her Daddy, kind of really brought it back when it wasn't really happening anymore.
The Call Her Daddy interview didn't do what
she wanted it to do. Yeah, no, not at all.
It wasn't that effective.
So then they took this like stage photo together, I think at the American Music Awards or something. And
they both looked so beautiful.
They looked beautiful. They did a little fake like, oh, we're besties moment. We've all done it. And after that, Selena was like swimming or something off a boat, and then paparazzi took some photos of her, and that's when she was getting really body shamed online. From there, Hailey Bieber, Kendall Jenner, and Justine Skye made a TikTok with that audio that's like, I'm not saying she deserved it, but God's timing is always right. And everybody thought that was about the body shaming. And then that's just really how this whole thing spiraled out of control. And one thing I will say is Team Selena. Mm-hmm. I have got to respect the fucking gall on Hailey Bieber because I don't know why you would ever start shit with Selena when you have so much shit out there about you.
Well, some guy on TikTok, what did he say? Because I wrote it down because I want to remember. Oh yeah, he said, I kind of get where Justin is coming from. Like, why would you as my wife start beef with the love of my life? Like, the gall of Hailey to go after Selena. I will say, okay, I'll get into why I think it's sad after, but the root of the problem is Justin.
Yes.
I don't even blame Hailey as much as I blame Justin. He still has all of these photos up of Selena on his Instagram of them kissing, like,
the captions are like, my special princess.
Hailey is absurdly insecure, but it is because of his behavior.
Exactly, yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm so glad you brought this up because, I mean, yes, she was quite literally like a mega fan, and like, I don't know if you were a big believer back in the day, but she's like a successful stalker Sarah.
She was like part of the fandom.
Yeah.
Like the Bieber fandom.
Yeah, and I don't know, do you know who stalker Sarah is?
Yes.
Yeah, so she was like a big thing back in like the early like 2010, like 2009 to like I'd say like 2014 kind of. And she was just always with celebrities, Justin Bieber being kind of like the main one that she was always with. And as this drama has kind of come back to the surface, Stalker Sarah has put out so much content being like, here are my DMs with Hailey asking like where his hotel room is and
Hailey
stuff.
would like literally DM people, like his like big fans, be like, where is he staying? Like, I'm in the city, I'm trying to find out where he is. Like, she was a super fan.
Yeah.
And then she managed to like weasel her way. And she was also, and this is important, a huge Jelena fan. Like that tweet where she's like,
they're
Selena,
a teenage dream.
They're a teenage dream. Like, I'm 100% team Jelena. Like, girl, that's so embarrassing. You
know though, like when you are out with like your boyfriend or your girlfriend or something, and someone's like, you guys are so cute together. Yeah. That person is going to fuck your boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Like
the person that's hyping you up like that, like, oh, they're so cute together. Like, you would screw me over in a second.
Exactly. Yeah, but yeah, the gall on Hailey is out of this world, because I don't know, like, if anybody else has seen those trends where it's like, if I was Selena, I'd just make this my cover photo, and it's
of her holding the magazine.
Her holding the magazine.
There's a magazine cover with Selena and Justin on it, and she's holding it up in a photo as if it's like an award she's just won at a banquet, like it's her prized possession.
Yeah, it just, there's so much out there of Justin so publicly pining after Selena that I don't know why
he ever got over her.
No, obviously
like,
not.
Loves her.
Still does, yeah. And I do, as much as, you know, a lot of people like to call other people crazy pants for bringing this up, I do think it was an arranged marriage through Hillsong, whether or not Justin Bieber realizes that for himself.
They're like in it now, like.
Well, he also was apparently, allegedly, supposedly, going to have issues renewing his work visa.
I saw that.
In America, because he was running into so many issues with the law and with drugs and what have you. That marrying Hailey kind of like helped him. I guess if he needs to like be married for 5 years and then he can get divorced and still be a valid American citizen.
So his work visa was about to expire, and he does all his work in the States, and he would have had to go back to Canada. Unless he like applied, and obviously he's rich and famous, he can do like the immigration lawyers, he can do that, but he had such a criminal record at the time that people are saying like he needed to get married, and that's the only way he was going to be able to stay in LA. So it's just, I mean, it's really blowing up online right now. Like, neither of them have made any kind of a statement, which I think is how they should keep it. Everybody keeps saying like, why hasn't Justin said anything? Like, why hasn't Hailey said anything? There's nothing you could say right now that would not just add and also be so embarrassing
and be mortified. Like, are you not embarrassed enough? You know, bring back shame.
Bring back shame.
Feel it. Like, feel it deep in your soul.
I feel for Hailey Bieber in this instance. All of this stuff coming up about her being a Justin Bieber super fan. Yeah, like, is he seeing that? Because girl,
totally.
Girl,
like the stuff
I feel for her,
and also like. Justin has been embarrassing her for years. Like,
he's so
rude.
He's embarrassing.
Like, if you look at like they've gone back and forth for years, and like he would like comment. I saw a post she posted, her and her friend, and he commented on it. This is in like 2015. He was like, "Your friend is so hot, and you're hot too, haha."
Okay, do you remember in I think it was 2016, maybe actually it might have been 2018, when he posted that picture of Wolfie Cindy on his Instagram and said, "Who is this?" Yeah. He was with Hailey when he posted that.
Like, at what point is it worth it?
He posted a photo of a girl, like he saw a girl on Pinterest. It turned out to be Wolfie Cindy, who's now like a pretty famous model. He posted her on his Instagram to be like, "Who is this?" As in like, she's so beautiful, I need to know who she is. Another note, she looks so much like Selena Gomez. Yeah. So much. And allegedly, he was with Hailey when he posted that. If my boyfriend ever did anything like that, oh my God. He would not be, like, she just takes so much from him. Like, she just accepts whatever behavior from him.
Yeah, I think it's just more about
I feel for her.
Being with him than it is about, like, having a relationship.
I don't think she likes him.
No. Like, how do you not? How could you? How could you when your husband is such a slut?
But the reason I found it so sad is because like those pictures came out of Selena, and then Hailey and Kendall and Justine Skye made that video, which is so, so mean. And then Selena went on live. She was talking about those photos, and she said, I'm not a model and I never will be. And she looked so sad.
No, I know.
And oh my God, it's heart-wrenching. Like, that is like high school bullying. These, like, Hailey's married. These are women in their 20s.
Mm-hmm. I know. Look, the Kardashians are mean girls, and they've done a really good job of rebranding in the last couple of years, especially with their show and having more control over their show. But if you were a fan of the Kardashians back in, like, 2006 to 2010, you know that they are some cold-hearted fucking bitches.
They will, like, fight a bitch.
They will straight up fight someone. I think
they have so many rivalries. And
so many.
Yeah, we're not we do like the Kardashians, but just
for
saying,
entertainment.
Yeah, I've never been a huge Kendall girl, and it's because of that, because she really portrays that behavior the most, I find.
Yeah, that episode with Addison Rae.
Oh, that was bad.
That is so bad. Like, she was, like, touching Scott's arm every time Addison Rae would say something.
This is when Kourtney was good friends with Addison Rae. And the whole family thought it was so weird that Kourtney was friends with Addison Rae. To be fair, it was weird. But, like, Addison, she's a sweetheart. And she was there for dinner with them. She was so nervous to meet them all. And Kendall and Scott were, like, nudging each other, making fun of her
laughing
the whole time.
Ooh, I just choked. Laughing at her. Like, just such bitches. But, yeah, that's kind of, like, our quick...
Scott Disick, the biggest bitch.
Yeah, big bitch energy. But, yeah, so that's kind of one couple that we wanted to go over. Another one that we found out about last night? Last night.
Okay, last night we were talking about the beginning of it, like the other couple.
Mm-hmm.
And then today we found out the big news.
So, I don't know if anybody watches Vanderpump Rules.
Vanderpump Rules is this amazing reality show about terrible people.
Yeah, you can watch it on Hey You if you're in Canada. And basically
So
the early seasons are some of the best reality television you'll ever see. It's like Weekend Roundup energy, but if we were just on coke all the time and losing our fucking minds and working in a restaurant, like doing coke in the back of a like restaurant, and
they all will like hook up with each other. It's so messy.
Fabulous though.
Everyone cheats on each other. It's outrageous.
Mm-hmm. So, one of the main couples in the show for the last, I believe, 12 years has been Katie Maloney and Tom Schwartz. They were, like, the one solid couple throughout the show.
They've been together for a long... Like, when would you say the show started in 2012?
Yeah, but they were together even before that.
They were together when the show started then, and they just recently... And I've always been a huge... I don't know why, because they were kind of toxic.
They were a horrible couple.
I've always been a huge Tom and Katie fan. Like, I just loved them as a couple. Like, they would fight so bad, but then they were so cute. They were my favorite couple on the show. I don't know why. It defies logic.
It defies logic.
They were really toxic.
Yeah, so Tom and Katie got a divorce earlier this last winter.
Yeah.
A year ago. And since then, right now, the new season of Vanderpump is airing, which is good because honestly, the last, I'd say 5 seasons have been very dry, you know, bringing in and out new cast members, trying them out. It hasn't been working. Katie and Tom's divorce kind of revamped the show a little bit because he started to hook up with somebody else in the little Vanderpump Rules cast friend group.
There's this girl named Raquel who is like friends with Katie. She's done the show with her for years. And then
she's been on the show since 2014, I'm pretty sure.
That's crazy. Like, imagine someone you're friends with for like 6-7 years.
Yeah.
And then she's like...
She said to Katie's face, I watched the scene. Breanna was like, I can't even watch this.
No, I get the worst secondhand embarrassment with that shit.
Raquel went out to dinner with Katie, who is currently going through a divorce with her husband and their mutual friend Lala. And this is where they say, like, oh, I've heard rumors about you and Tom. And she's saying, oh, no, they're not true. However, while I couldn't see myself dating your ex-husband, I can definitely see me, like, fucking him.
She said, like, I can see us hooking up. Can you imagine saying that to your friend's face about her recent ex-husband? They were together for, like, 12 years.
Yeah. But everybody does say that every time Raquel talks, it's, like, the first time she's ever spoken in her life.
Oh, she's like a newborn baby. She doesn't... the social awareness, it's just not there.
It's not there at all.
She used to give, when she was first introduced, she gave very, like, ditzy. Mm-hmm. And luckily, she's kind of growing out of that. But still, she just always says the wrong thing. Always.
And so that's kind of playing out on the show right now. I'd say it's the main plot of this current season. As it's playing out on TV right now, last night it broke on TMZ. So you're listening on Sunday. This broke Friday night. That the other Tom on the show, there's two Toms. They do, like, they own restaurants together.
Two Toms. They've both been in relationships for 10 plus years.
Yes.
With Tom Sandoval is with Ariana Madix.
Yes.
And Tom Schwartz was with Katie Maloney.
Yes. Tom and Katie have divorced. Tom and Ariana are still together. A big part of the season right now, honestly, because, you know, they're talking about, like, the both Toms are opening up a restaurant, and they're like, oh, you know, the other Tom got divorced. He's the statistic, because, you know, it's like, oh, when you're opening a restaurant, like, 25% of people get divorced or whatever. So Tom, who is with Ariana, has been talking about, like, I'm so glad that she stuck by me. We've had a really tough year. It feels like we're, like, ships in the night, like, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. It broke last night that Tom Sandoval, who was with Ariana Madix, cheated on her with Raquel since July. Guys, the gasp that came out of me when I saw this on my phone.
When she told me, I said, there's no possible way that's true. Like, I didn't understand it. I knew it was going to be fake. Like, it couldn't possibly, I mean, that's how I felt with the Try Guys thing. Yeah. The Try Guy who cheated on his wife, that was life-altering for me. I just want you all to know.
And that, at that time, you were like, it's not true, it's not true. And I said, oh, YG just unfollowed the girl who was these are all people associated with Try Guys. And I said, Sheena, who's also on Vanderpump Rules, just followed Raquel. And Breanna went, oh my God, it's true.
It's true. Guys, it is true. And I said, okay, I'm kind of out of my Vanderpump Rules, like, phase. But I was so in it, like, 2.5 years ago. If you told me this 2 years ago, it would have put me into a coma. Unbelievable information. Yeah. This show is, like, built on cheating. Like, it really is. Like, yeah. What did you say today? The whole show started because Sheena had slept with Brandy, a Real Housewife of Beverly Hills, Brandy Glanville. Sheena had slept with her husband.
Like, had an affair.
So, had an affair. Like, I think it was like a year-long affair. Yeah. And so that put Sheena Shea in the spotlight, and then they started a show around her and everyone else that worked at this restaurant. Yeah. So it is, like, built on the backs of affairs. I mean, I saw someone tweet today, how can you be surprised? Vanderpump Rules is about the most despicable people in Los Angeles having sex with each other. But insane information. Apparently they're filming outside today for the season that's airing right now. So Breanna, I'm so glad that you came on the podcast with me today when there's just been so much pop culture news in the last couple days. You came back on Thursday, and the amount of alerts on my phone of pop culture news since you got back. Just the Vanderpump thing, I was already shocked about the Katie thing. I thought it was so crazy that Raquel would say that to her face. Mm-hmm. And then everyone was kind of, in a way, I hate to overuse gaslighting, but they were kind of gaslighting Katie. Like, one or two people would stand up for her, but, like, Sheena was, like, making it seem like Katie was crazy for having a problem with Raquel hooking up with her ex-husband. Yeah. Like, and so I'm just thinking, like, good for Katie. Obviously horrible for Ariana, but I think she must feel so vindicated now. Like, totally. Raquel just really fucked over someone else. Yeah. And so now it's like Raquel is public enemy number, and obviously the fucking Toms. Like,
yeah, and so that's another thing, too. Like, and this is being talked about more right now on the season because Ariana brought it up, but the finger is never pointed at Tom Sandoval when he has been a really horrible partner to Katie. I know that you said you loved them, but he's been a horrible, horrible boyfriend, fiance, and husband to Katie over their 12-year relationship. Do you not remember the scene where he poured an entire beer over her head?
That was him?
Yes. And then
I need to rewatch
that's when they were dating. And then when they were married, they went on this, like, trip and they got into this fight. And she was like, I just need you to fucking listen to me for once. And he went, well, maybe I don't like the sound of your voice.
See, the thing, in their relationship, I think she's more often villainized because she'll, like, blow up more. She'll yell more. Yes. But it's because he will, like,
give nothing and get right under her skin.
Yeah, he'll just keep picking and picking and picking until she will blow up. And then he comes off, like, kind of sweet, funny, like chill. Yeah. And so people are like, Katie must be the problem.
Katie's crazy.
But I think, like, he just, like, it'll be, like, her final straw, and then she'll, like, yell at him, and then everyone will be like, why is she so mean to Tom?
Yeah, no, I know. He is, he had cheated on Katie before. They even got married, and, you know, Katie's always having these big emotional reactions, and it's probably because he doesn't validate her emotions. He doesn't give her anything. Like, have you ever been in a relationship with someone, and you're like, God, just fucking fight with me. Like, there's so much emotion.
It's like he didn't care.
He didn't care enough to fight with her. He didn't care enough to do any of that stuff. So I also hate this whole little like, Feel Bad For Me tour that he's on
Yeah.
across Bravo right now, like with Winter House last season.
He was like, sympathize with
Yeah,
me.
I'm
Feel
so
bad for
sad.
me.
But it's like, you got divorced because you were a shitty husband.
Yeah.
You know? So,
I mean, the real, like, the worst bad guy here is Sandoval, not Schwartz, because he didn't technically, I mean, he cheated years ago, but they were divorced. He should not have hooked up with her friend. But Sandoval actively cheated on Ariana, who he's been with for 9 years.
9 years.
And
they own a house together.
They're like, what's that word for when you're not married, but you...
Oh,
It starts with a C.
common law.
Yes. They're, like, essentially common law. They have, like, dogs. They've been together for 9 years.
Ariana has always said, like, that she doesn't want to get married or have a family.
Mm-hmm.
So her and Tom have, like, made steps in their relationship that
They
makes them...
They wrote a book together, not unlike Ned Fulmer and his wife, who also wrote a book together.
Yeah, they've wrote a book together. She, I believe, has poured endless amounts of money into Tom Schwartz's random business endeavors Sandoval, that he's always going with, like making restaurants or creating a cocktail book or creating like a cover band. Like, she's always kind of been there and supporting him. He's also allegedly cheated on her in the past, and she stood by him for that.
Years ago, it was like half a season. The plot line was that he had cheated on her in Miami, and they did everything to deny these rumors. And now I'm like, that was probably true.
The girl from Miami came on the show and confronted him while he was working. Like, it definitely did happen.
Yeah. Didn't Kristen
Doty,
him?
yes, yeah.
If you guys, so sorry to anyone who doesn't watch Vanderpump Rules.
This is probably so confusing.
But anyone who has watched it, Kristen Doty, she's a
we need her. We've never needed her more.
We need her back so badly. Like, I need to see how she would react in this situation. Like, and also Stassi. Oh my God.
I know.
We need Stassi and Kristen to just come in and just flip everything. Like,
and just light it all up.
Cause
Burn it to the
turmoil.
ground.
Like,
but yeah, that is our little pop culture corner update. We can get into our questions now. So sorry that these last couple weeks, as Breanna has so humbly let us all know, have been a little bit of a tech corner disaster. And you're probably sick and tired of these clips of us answering questions. But next week, we will be back to our regular scheduled programming. Thank you very much for sticking with us on this lovely, exciting journey that is season 3. And let's get right into the questions.
Where do you get your sense of humor from? Is the next question in the question form.
What a lovely follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
If I am to be honest, it is my mental illness. It is... I know that's kind of a joke now.
It's funny because when we both read the question, we read it together, and at the exact same time we go, trauma? But I wrote down, can you really narrow it down? Like...
Yeah, I feel like
you get your sense
early
of humor.
internet humor. Not that I have early internet humor, but like...
You kind of do. You have internet humor more than I...
Okay, but not
other people.
early.
Yeah, no. But internet humor.
Internet humor, yeah, because I think because of my mental illness, I might have felt a little isolated when I was younger, so I might have retreated online.
The internet was your friends.
So then that kind of fell down the rabbit hole of that, and then now I'm just on, like, gay Twitter, and I get all of my memes from there.
All I can think about is the person asking this question, like, just, like, as, like, a little lighthearted question, like, where do you get your sense of humor from? And then we're like, well, I was feeling isolated when I was 14, and now that's what I find funny. Like, it's like...
I didn't think you guys are actually going to, like, break down this question.
I kind of didn't either. Like, I just had... All I had in the notes was trauma, joke, and then... Can you really narrow it down? My family, my friends, the internet. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like...
That's just how it goes.
Yeah, but that's so fun. Great answer. Next one. What one do you want to do?
I don't know. I can't read any of them anyway.
I'll read the big ones. I'll read all the big ones. Hey guys, I've been listening to your podcast since 2020 and I love it, but I need some advice. 2020.
Wow. I can't believe that. This sounds so condescending if you're listening. We just, like, punched the air and got really excited. I just realized the audio probably sounds a little dry.
So we go, wow. Gross. Okay. I've been dating my boyfriend for almost 2 months. but I'm about to leave for 5 months on an exchange with my university. I've been dreaming about traveling alone for years, and I wanted to be single for this adventure. But I can't help but think I'm going to regret a long-distance relationship while I'm away. Should I go on a break or try long distance? Are there other factors? I know this isn't a black and white decision, but I'm having a hard time figuring out what I should do. We really like each other, and I don't want to lose him. How do you make long distance work? I hope this wasn't too long of a question, LOL. It's never too long of a question.
Never, ever
never
too long of a question. Here's the thing. 5 months is not that long of a time, but it sounds like you never wanted to be in it and you're doubting it.
Okay.
The relationship, you know what I mean? Like, I think if you wanted to make it work, you could make 5 months work.
Yeah, like if you're saying, like, if you were really into it, you wouldn't even be questioning it.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I read it, I was kind of thinking, I guess somewhat the same, like, I was like, well, why did you get into the relationship with the guy? Like, it seems pretty new.
It seems like
you're leaving really soon.
Did it on, like, the hardest way you could possibly
But, and then
do
I was
it.
like, it's like level hard.
Yeah.
But I feel like you wouldn't have done it unless you really liked him.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, obviously you really like him and care for him. So I'm like, it's just 5 months. Like, I think you should stay together.
Yeah.
You know?
And you're thinking, oh, I don't want to, what I kind of get from this is like, oh, I don't want to look back on this experience and be like, why was I in a long distance relationship? Like, him and, you know, if you guys, like, don't work out or something like that. But you don't know that and you really like him now. So you should just go, live your life. Let it happen. Whatever happens.
Like, I don't know. When I was reading this question to someone and I was like, yeah, like, this is what I think they should do. Like, what do you think? And they were like, well, I don't know if you should say that because it sounds like you're
endorsing cheating.
Yeah, or like leading the person you're with on.
Oh, and then going out there
and then you like find someone and you break up with them. But it's like also like that might not happen. How are you supposed to like know what's gonna happen?
That could also happen.
Live
literally
for the moment.
Here.
Yeah, like that could happen anywhere. Yeah, like live for the moment, and the moment is you like this guy, so don't break up with them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I feel that.
That
too.
was like kind of my like. It's 5 months. You'll, last.
Yeah.
And also too though, like if you're going, actually, never mind.
The thing is like you could be walking. You obviously really like him because you broke your own rules to be with him, which is what somebody who means a lot would do to someone. And then if you were walking down the street in Halifax or fucking Ireland and somebody was so amazing that they just like swept you off your feet.
They're the one.
They're the one. You're like, I have to
life.
leave my boyfriend to be with this person. I'm so compelled by them. That could happen either place. Yeah. And it is a meant to be moment. Like, you like your boyfriend, stay with your boyfriend, pursue it. If you go out there and you find the love of your fucking life, then you found the love of your fucking life overseas. And you'll live that journey, bitch. But you know what I mean? You can't predict that. Don't go looking for it. But if it happens, it happens.
And it's only 5 months.
That's what I'm saying. It's 5 months.
Yeah, like we really can't emphasize that enough. Like you can definitely make that work. And to make it work, how do you do it? I say send funny text messages at random points in the day. Like a little inside joke, Like I think that's so fun.
Don't text each other every single thing that happens in your day, though.
Yeah, no.
You don't want to get into the constantly texting 24/7. Just had lunch.
Save it for the FaceTime.
Save it for the FaceTime. That's my big advice. Save it for the FaceTime. I only had one long distance relationship and I was pretty young in it, but I did realize at the end of our relationship the reason it wasn't kind of working anymore is because we weren't having any shared experiences to talk about, but we were constantly texting each other every single detail of our day. Then when we got to get on the phone, it was like
you have nothing to say.
Like there was nothing to talk about. I know everything you did today. You know everything I did today. There's nothing new. You know what I mean?
I would say limit texting unless it's like just like a quick like, here's something that I thought that made me think of you.
I think honestly,
like this funny joke.
That is what helped long distance relationships like before texting and phone calls, because my parents did long distance for kind of a long time after they got together pretty soon into it. And they always talk about how they would have the longest phone calls at the end of the week. They would talk for hours.
So cute.
And it's because they would just unpack everything they did that week. They couldn't wait to tell each other. But if they were texting each other every small detail of their entire fucking day, it would be kind of boring. And then it's like, well, what do you talk about at the end of the week? So I think that kind of like, you know.
That's how you make it work.
That's how you make it work. Yeah, I know that's kind of simple advice.
Months.
But
that's, what is that, 20 weeks? That's like...
Oh, you can do that.
What?
You can totally do that.
Like 20 weeks is 20 long phone calls at the end of the week.
Cute. That's really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys will be fine.
Next question.
Just finishing off with, you'll be fine.
You'll be fine. Good luck to you, Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we should end. I feel like we should say something more for that last one. Just like, good luck with it.
Okay.
I don't know.
So let us know how it goes. I think you guys got this. You know, I hope my parents taught you a real solid relationship.
Let us know
here.
what you do. I want to know. I want the update on this. And I want to know how your exchange is going.
Yeah, I was going to say, where are you going?
Where are you going? What's going on? What kind of drama is going to go on in the exchange? Because I know there will be some. Like, that just seems so fun.
Yeah.
So let us know. Keep us updated.
Yeah, I don't think being single is, like, essential to that extent.
No. Like, I get
if she,
it.
Like, fell for someone, that should
Unless you're going to, like, Spain or, like, Italy. Like, it's, like, a bunch of Italian guys. Like, obviously, sorry, I'm going to have to be single.
Yeah. Or Australia.
Yeah.
Or
it kind of does depend. If you're going to, like, the UK, okay, fine.
like,
whatever.
You'll be fine.
You know?
Like,
But, like, maybe she is going to, like, Italy and there's, like, a bunch of sexy Italian guys.
yeah, well, you know what? Like, back to what we said. Whatever happens, happens.
Whatever
Cheers to that.
happens. Maybe make a new Instagram. I'm like, maybe make a entire new personality and profile. And
I thought you were going to say make a new Instagram, like that your boyfriend's not on.
no, that's what I mean. Like, I'm saying create a whole new persona and cheat on him. No, I'm just kidding. I'm cutting all of this. Okay. Hey, girlies. Love the pod. I've been binging all of your episodes since I discovered you a few weeks ago and finally caught up. Thank you. That is so nice. That's so sweet that people binge it.
I know.
You know? Like, it's one thing to listen, but, like,
to binge it.
That's really sweet.
That's one long phone call with us at the end of the week.
Really.
That's how we make this work.
That's what the Weekend Roundup is.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a friend from early high school that I considered very close. We have been through a lot together and tell each other everything. However, she constantly leaves me out to dry for people that have been horrible to her or any man she's currently seeing.
Oh, that's so frustrating.
That sucks. She has a boyfriend right now and comes in and out of my life constantly. For the last 3 years, we're best friends for 4 to 6 months, and then she falls off the face of the earth and is impossible to make plans with. I stop reaching out, and then 4 to 6 months later, she reaches out again, and the cycle continues. I'm tired of being used whenever it's convenient for her, but it's hard to let go because she's my oldest friend and we connect on a deeper level than anyone else. We are currently not talking, but she's reached out a few times. I've been pretty cold to her and left the ball in her court since I'm tired of being the one taking initiative. Good call. So much has happened to me since we last hung out, and I resent her for not being there for me. I don't think she realizes this, and she clearly doesn't value our friendship as much as I do. How do I not let this affect me so much and move on from our friendship? I have no interest in talking it out with her. I'm glad you said that because that would literally just be what we say. Like, I know you know that's, like, she binged and she was like, okay, no, they're just going to say, talk it out.
Talk to her.
So she's like, no, that's not what I want.
That really sucks. That is actually a major trigger and pet peeve for me is people who come in and out of your life like that. Oh my God. Because it's just so... The only word that's coming to me is uprooting. Like, it is just like...
Yeah, fair.
Because they're just in and you're so close and you're so connected and you're so caught up in being friends again, and then they leave and you're just like, what the fuck was all of that for?
Yeah,
like, you know?
Yeah.
Why do you come back every single time to go
it's
fuck
toxic.
off? To be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a toxic relationship, and what you gotta do is set boundaries.
Well, like, it sounds like she kind of has already done this. Like,
I know.
She's like, I've set my boundaries.
Yeah, I know.
This person doesn't want to follow them.
But hard boundaries, as in the sense of, like, you just Oh, wait. Actually, I didn't hear that section.
I feel like she's, like, over it, though. Like, I feel like she's like, I don't care. All I want to do is, like, move on from it. Like, how do I move on from it? I think she's asking, like, how to get over a friend breakup.
That's impossible.
Genuinely don't know.
It's so, like,
genuinely
you
don't
never
know.
do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's, like, it hits different than a breakup.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I mean, how do you get over a breakup?
Friend breakups are totally
different.
The thing is with a friend breakup is it is like a different level of betrayal because your female friendships are the most intimate relationships you will ever have in your life because they truly know who the real you is. They know everything about you. It's a very emotional relationship. So to have someone be so
wishy-washy,
careless with that relationship can be so upsetting and damaging, and it does take a long time to get over that, and you need to be tender with yourself and understand that this is a legit painful, traumatizing experience to go through. You can't downplay a friend breakup because that is real shit.
Yeah, and even like real breakups, we always say, like, I think any sort of breakup, feel your feelings. Like, you're allowed to be upset about relationships that don't work out, whether that's a friendship or, you know, like a romantic relationship. But, like, I think especially in friendships, people might feel weird to be like, I'm sad that we're not friends anymore. You know what I mean? Because that's, like, a really vulnerable thing to say. I feel like, I'm not even in that situation, and I felt weird saying that right there.
Yeah.
You know? Like, so it's, like, feel your feelings, be upset about it.
But also remember why you set those boundaries.
Yeah.
In the first place, you know, don't like villainize the person, but definitely understand and come to terms with the fact that they were just never going to be the friend that you wanted them to be so badly.
You had different expectations of the friendship. And so that's just sucks.
It really sucks.
You just have to remind yourself of the friends that you have that are, like, really great to you and, like, you know, do value your friendship the same way that you value it. And then kind of just focus on that and focus on the positive and be like, well, you know what, I'm better off. You are better off. But it's just shitty.
Yeah.
Like it's totally fair to be sad about it.
Yeah. What a draining thing.
Through. And it's like, in time, like, you'll probably feel better about it. But, like, it does just, I honestly just think it takes time. Like, I don't know if there's anything you can do specifically to, like, help cure that.
Yeah, and it always, like,
Except
sticks
focus.
with you.
Yeah.
Especially that childhood friend. Like, you know, it'll always be a part of you, but as you move on from it and get older and make peace with it, just like how you grieve with any situation, you can look back on the good times and see them as being good times, but also recognizing that was then and this is now. And that just comes with time. Yeah. And you'll get there eventually. Yeah. So I'm really sorry. That sucks.
Yeah, that's really shitty, but focus on the good friends you have and the memories that you're going to make in the future.
Period. Next question. Do you think monogamous relationships are on the outs for Gen Z?
Amazing question.
As two Gen Zs, we are here
as two
to
Gen
give our
Zs,
opinion.
as two dating experts, as two fields workers. We're here to give our answer on this. And I've thought about this a lot because I was like reading these articles. I keep citing them. I keep bringing them up. You know the articles I've read if you listen to the podcast. Life-changing, altering about like the dating trends of 2023. And it was saying like how Gen Z likes situationships compared to actual relationships because there's less pressure to like figure out what a situationship is. But those situationships are still exclusive. So they like dating without being labeled. I guess. Like they're exclusive, but they're not like committed to a label. So I was thinking, and I wrote down, I don't know if it's monogamy that's on the outs or if it's marriage. Because I feel like people still love the idea of like being somebody's person and like having a person. And, you know, I think there's still obviously a rise in like polyamory and like things like that, which is not necessarily monogamous, but it's still, there's still like a relationship there. You know what I mean?
It's not monogamy that's on the outs, it's commitment.
it's not monogamy that's on the outs, it's commitment. That's so true.
I think that,
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Not marriage, commitment. Because it's like, I don't think we necessarily, like, I don't know how to explain that, because they're so intertwined. Like, I don't know if that's necessarily right, because commitment is, like, essentially monogamy, right? No,
because you can be committed to someone but not be in a monogamous relationship.
Yeah.
You can be committed to your polyamorous partner.
That's so true.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I really just think
being non-monogamous is a conscious choice that you make.
Mm-hmm.
And you can still be committed to someone.
Yeah. So it's not monogamy.
That's like an open relationship. Yeah. I do think it is commitment, because honestly, guys, not to be all serious Lauryn here like I always am, the old woman in the corner mumbling to herself, I feel like. But I feel like the world is in such a crazy place that, like, who the fuck wants to get married?
Lauryn has some crazy takes about marriage. She once said on the podcast, I don't know if I think we edited it out, but she once said nuclear families don't exist. Like, there are some crazy takes that you just don't hear. Don't think you know us, because I don't know. Like, Lauryn's family is like one of the most nuclear families. Like, to be honest, like, nuclear. Anyways.
Oh my god.
So, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's like monogamy, like, it's not necessary. Like, being committed to one person is out. But, you know, because you're still monogamous between multiple. You could be monogamous with multiple people. So, it's kind of a confusing concept.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm fully explaining it, like, to the best of my ability. But Breanna did come in with a good sentence.
No, I totally get that. Sorry, I've been kind of useless in this answer. Because I don't know, but I feel like that's you're a good case study then, because you're Gen Z and you're like, why would the fuck would anyone want to get married? Well, yeah, that's just how I feel. Like, but
like, what do you feel about monogamy? One person
in sense of
your
my
opinion,
own self. Yeah. It's monogamous or I'm killing you. Yeah, like, you know.
Fair. Yeah.
But that's just how I feel. So
interesting.
Next question. Any tips on approaching friend crushes? I'd like to think I'm a pretty friendly person, and I don't usually have a hard time making casual friends with people I see regularly, like people I have mutual friends with or classes with. However, I'm still pretty introverted and kind of freak out at the thought of asking one of those people to hang out outside of where I normally see them. The thought of that makes me more nervous than going out on an actual first date with a man. LOL. Thanks, gals. Cannot wait for season 3. XOXO. Another one that we have.
Another one that's probably been sitting there fucking sweating trying to make friends. Like, this person just has no friends. Yeah, what are they going to do?
It's our fault.
It's our fault. No. I'm sure you probably figured it out.
Yeah, I think that's really normal. Like you said, you're pretty good at making, like, casual friends, like, in class, and you can, like, socialize.
Leveling up a friendship is serious. Art. It's a fucking art. No, I've been talking about this a lot. One of our friends, Maddie Bishop, her boyfriend just went away to school, and he's, like, making friends and, like, reporting it back to her, and she's been, like, telling me about it, and I was like, wow, like, I want to make a friend now.
No, yeah, I've seen
cute.
I've seen people talk about that, like, moving to a new city or something by yourself, or making adult friendships. Like,
it's so funny.
People talk about being in, like, a really healthy relationship. You live with just them and you move to a new city. It can be really hard because you're not, like, dating on, like, necessarily going out to the nightlife scene so much. And the comments were all like, yeah, I'm 29. I've been schmoozing this girl in my yoga class for, like, 3 weeks now.
Just trying to be friends.
Trying to be your bestie.
He was like, it was funny because he was saying, like, there was someone that he wanted to be friends with. Like, he had, like, made a friend. And I was like, oh, like, he found his target.
Yeah. And now he's flirting with him.
Yeah. It's like courting.
Yeah.
Like, it's, like, literally like dating. In the sense that it starts with acquiring a target.
Sorry, guys. That was probably a hard cut. We're back. The lighting changed. But, yeah, you have to, like, find a target and flirt with them as if you're dating, but the stakes are way fucking higher because if you strike out, if you
fuck up, you're a weird person.
That's what I was gonna say.
You're fucking
if you
weird.
strike out, if I go up to a guy or a girl in a bar and I'm like, yo, like, what's good?
Yeah,
and
it's
they're
like, okay,
not
they're just like
I'm
not attracted
okay,
to me,
they think I'm ugly. I
Yeah.
can get over that in 5 fucking seconds. If I go up to somebody to be their friend
weird?
and they think I'm a weirdo.
Worst case scenario. So we totally understand the pressure, okay? This is too much. So basically, steps to making friends.
So like you said,
let's go through it.
So I think that this person is coming from the point, like, they're already kind of, like, acquaintances. They're wanting to, like, level up those friendships.
They've picked their targets.
Yeah.
They've schmoozed a little. They flirted a little, you know, because they're friends in class or wherever they're flirting with them.
And now they're trying to level it up.
Now they're trying to take it to the next level. First base of a fucking friendship, okay?
It's nerve-wracking. I think if it is,
the hangout.
The hangout. This is art. This is key. So I think if it's a classmate situation, if you have like a big test coming up, a big final,
easiest way to make a friend is honestly being in school
together, because you can hang out in the library and stuff, but I think if you're gonna elevate it, be like, yo, let's bang out this paper, meet me at Starbucks, meet me at
wherever.
this like cafe, let's grab some food, let's grab some coffee, let's bang this out.
A public setting.
I'll pick you up. I'll pick you up.
I would say never invite to the house for the first hangout.
No.
You know? That's, I think, general rule.
I think that goes across romantic to platonic scale.
Yeah, like, that's a weird...
all the way around.
That's a weird...
Yeah.
That would be a weird move.
Like, yo, you want to come study right now? It's like 8
unless
PM.
it's like you're having a bunch of people over.
Big study group.
You could also
think that's fun.
you could do a study group.
Yeah, you guys want to come over? I'll get some snacks.
What if you just invited, like, all these people that you wanted to have friends with over? That would be too overstimulating.
This is a Maddie Mills situation.
It would be overstimulating.
It
would be overstimulating. Can you imagine?
Yeah, you need a social battery. You need to charge your
Yeah.
You would need to charge your social battery for like weeks.
No, that would be like at least a 2-year endeavor. And
then I think like if it's people that you're already kind of casual friends with, maybe see if you can get like, I don't know, free classes to like a yoga, like a workout class, and be like, yo, I've been dying to go to this. Nobody will come with me. Would you be interested? Not everybody has a podcast and can get free tickets to things. No, I mean...
nobody gets free tickets to things, I feel like.
You can get like... Well, you can do free workout classes, like, do your first class free, like that kind of thing.
Oh, like a promo.
Yeah, like see if you can get like a promo. You could also try to find something in common and then build on that, even if it's a complete fucking lie. Because the way that Breanna was so obsessed with me when she first met me in university, because her dorm was connected to the kind of like TV common space for the floor, so she would hear us in there watching The Bachelor all the time, me and all my friends. And she had no friends because she was a big loser, and she had just transferred.
I know. I was like, "Are you sure you don't want to tell it, Breanna?"
You guys asked me to watch The Bachelor, and I just pretended to. Like, the way you're telling it is outrageous. Like, so I had a friend who there was people watching The Bachelor every week, and so she was like, "I'll watch The Bachelor," and then they ended up watching The Bachelor every single week.
I didn't know you didn't want me to say it wasn't you.
You could say it was me, but you don't.
Not Lauren. She had no fucking friends. I was with my 600 friends, and I fucking love The Bachelor. Like, what?
Dozens of friends.
Yeah.
We all love The Bachelor.
And Breanna doesn't. She fucking hates that show.
Okay, fuck. We need to wrap this up. Okay.
No, I'm going insane.
Yeah, I think just, like, finding, like, some kind of a mutual interest would be, like, something like a TV show that somebody's really interested in. That's how Maddie's schmoozing her NSLC crush right now.
Yeah.
Like, finding that mutual interest that you can kind of talk about. Or, yeah, like, I think planning some kind of a hangout is the vibe. Even, like, something around that. Like, watching The Bachelor,
yeah, like a bachelor night,
Bachelor and wine.
Over.
Like, hey, I'm having some of my other friends over. We're watching The Bachelor. You want to come? Like that kind of thing. And then from there, it just builds naturally. I think after you get the first hangout out of the way,
you're very natural.
Yeah.
It's same as dating. Like, making friends is so similar to dating, and dating is so similar to making friends. Yeah. And I feel like if more people like put that together, it would be like so much easier.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people are so intimidated by dating, but it's like, hey, it's just like making friends, and making friends just like dating.
Yeah. So
just building relationships.
And start flirting to make your relationships, people.
Yeah.
And that is our advice to you. Okay, that is everything for this week's Roundup, everybody. We hope that you enjoyed listening. If you are listening on Spotify or Apple Music, please leave us a review. It helps us out so much. Like this one here from Teresa Y. It's titled Very Funny, 5 stars. My daughter and I lost it at Who the Fuck is Nathan. She was actually almost crying with laughter by the time we got to Mason. Definitely worth a listen. So thank you so much. Leave a review down below. Really helps out the show. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe and turn on our post notifications, and you'll get a notification every time we post. I mean, like, most of the time our episodes go up on YouTube like 2 hours before we get them up on anything else. So if you're trying to get that early content, definitely check it out. Thank you, Breanna, so much for joining me. Hopefully we will see you a little bit more over here on the Weekend Roundup. That is everything from us, and until next week, talk soon.